Good morning, Philippines, and good morning, world. We are on for a cerebral day today as our ladies take on the head-to-head challenge to determine who among them can actually make the cut and the mold of a true Miss World Philippines queen. The head-to-head challenge is, of course, one of the most anticipated fast-track events in the Miss World Philippines, and a segment that sets it apart from other equally important pageants. It's a test of wisdom and wit. It's a candidate's platform to making the world see that her outer beauty is in harmony with her inner dispositions. It's our way of getting to know her more than what her application papers reveal. So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the new Miss World Philippines 2024 Head-to-Head Challenge. Again, ladies, good morning. I am Dr. Shaila Rebortera, your Miss Multinational Philippines 2021, and I will be with you this morning for your head-to-head challenge. Now, I know everyone is excited how we all will go about today's event, and how we shall adjudge the winner in the head-to-head challenge is set with the following simple parameters. Content is 60%, which includes statement of purpose, organization of ideas, supporting details, and incorporation of stories or examples. Delivery, which is 40%, which includes clarity of speech, vocabulary, volume, and poise and projection. With a total of 100%, our 100% attention is set this time to the respectable set of judges whose scrutiny will give the Miss World Philippines crown challengers a great deal of pressure. But for sure, our judges will be more kind than condescending to make our girls feel that their expression of their own brand of wits will not be taken with a grain of salt. So everybody, please help me welcome our first judge, a true champion of public service with a Bachelor of Arts in Communication from Miriam College and a Master's in Public Management from Ateneo de Manila University. Her educational journey is as impressive as her dedication to the community. Starting as a municipal councilor in San Manuel, Tarlac, she has risen through the ranks, serving as municipal vice mayor and now as the esteemed municipal mayor. Her academic achievements and unwavering commitment to public service make her a shining example of leadership and excellence in governance. Please welcome Mayor Doña Tesoro. Our second judge is an unstoppable force. Juggling philosophy studies and a keen eye for fashion, she's a powerhouse of intellect and style. Maria's compelling speeches captivate all who listen, showcasing her powerful presence. As a dedicated advocate of Gawad Kalinga, she stands for community empowerment and social change. Crowned as Universal Woman 2024, Maria's passion and drive make her a true inspiration to all around her. My dearest friend, please help me welcome a round of applause for Miss Maria Hegante. Our third judge and the chairman of the board, she is a distinguished public servant. Graduated from De La Salle University with a Bachelor of Arts in Political Science in 2008. She later earned her Juris Doctor degree from Ateneo de Manila School of Law in 2013 and is currently pursuing a master's in the Public Administration at the University of the Philippines, Diliman. As Assistant Secretary of the Department of Finance, she brings over a decade of experience in public administration, law, and stakeholder engagement. Having served in various government roles, additionally, she showcased her talent by being the fourth runner-up in the Miss Teen Philippines pageant in 2005, leading to a successful modeling career in print ads, commercials, and fashion shows. To complete our illustrious panel, please help me welcome Assistant Secretary Glenda Rumor Figueroa. Now that we have set our preliminaries, we now come to the main event. We shall now begin the head-to-head challenge with our first batch of 7 candidates. So for everyone who wants to know, for each batch, one candidate will emerge as winner. Therefore, there will be 5 batches. It means that we will also have 5 winners at the end of this round. But of course, there's always more. There will be 3 other top scorer girls who will claim their card entry into the next round. These candidates may come from any of the 6 batches, and they will complete the group of 8 ladies who will battle it out in the round 2 on July 8. Now, we shall play their individual introduction video, and the ball starts rolling with a question thereafter. Judges, are you ready? Our audiences from all over the Philippines are tuned in. So everybody, let's begin. Now, let's not keep everybody waiting. So let's start off with our candidate from Benguet, Yula Paltep.
Naimbagta aldaw kada kayo amin, siya ni Yula Ariel Nacion Paltep, 22 years old, from the colorful province of Benguet. I finished a 4-year course in a span of 3 years. I graduated magna cum laude, earning my degree in travel industry management. And right now, I am working as a travel agent for an online travel brand. This is my first time joining a national pageant, but I have been previously crowned as the second runner-up for a fundraiser or a pageant for a cause, where all of the winnings were donated to the DSWD and 3 different local schools in my community. Being a part of this year's Miss World Philippines means a lot because I might not be the tallest, but it is so important to have a representation, especially on the pageant scene. And I hope that this could be a manifestation that there's still room in pageantry for women who look like me, and that it is never too late to reach your younger self's dreams.
Hello, Yula. Good
Hello,
day.
Doc.
Working as a travel agent, what are your frustrations in our tourism industry, and what can you suggest to the Department of Tourism to further increase tourist arrivals in the country?
I see. Yes, I think my suggestion would be, especially in the Cordillera region, specifically in Baguio, it's always overcrowded, particularly during the holidays. So I think it's important that we also promote other destinations in the Cordillera. I think that there are a lot of underrated destinations in our region. And it's important that we also immerse ourselves in activities such as hiking and stuff like that, and just to release from the mundane task of everyday life instead of just going on the city area. So I think it's important that we promote more for our natural resources or natural destinations. Thank you.
Right. We probably have a lot of destinations to learn from you so that your fellow candidates can visit the next summer. All right. Now let's meet our candidate from Bicol region, Isabel Bilasano.
Marayna Adaw. My name is Jean Isabel Bilasano from Bicol. People one word at a time, in the hopes of changing not just the life of one, but the lives of many. All these are chapters to my story as an exceptionally empowered Filipina.
Hi, Isabel.
Hello, Doc Shyla. Nice to see you again.
Nice to see you again. Now, bringing the practice of speech pathology in the barrios is not something that we hear every day. How can you try to bring to the attention of the world that this is such a noble cause worth pursuing?
First of all, I would like to thank everybody. Thank you for that question because it gives me more exposure to talk about my profession. And that's exactly what I want to do. Like I've mentioned before, word of mouth is my currency. And the more that I get to talk about my profession, the more people know. And the more people know, the more people understand. And that's the reason why I advocate for my profession, for what I do and what I can offer to my community, so that way we can increase the access to delivery of therapy, of healthcare, and rehabilitation. That way, we cannot just expect one person to do this in the barrio. So what I do won't be such a noble thing anymore. It should just be an everyday thing, a casual thing. So maybe one day, what I do will just be a day-to-day event or day-to-day activity of every person who wants to help change the world one word at a time.
Thank you so much, Isabel. That's, of course, the dream of every healthcare worker. Thank you, Isabel. Now let's meet our candidate from Cebu, Sophie Grenmo.
Maayong adlaw. I am Sophie Maxim Margareta Grenmo, 19, from the progressive and vibrant island of Cebu.
I grew up in a multicultural household. All my life, my parents always stressed the importance of charity and compassion. This led to our active role in community-based aid and response. I wear many hats: a BS tourism student, a model, and a beauty queen. What people find most surprising about me is my extensive background in jiu-jitsu with 11 years of training under my belt. I am a water baby, something I inherited from my father. I freedive to clear my mind. As an exceptionally empowered Filipina, I aspire to become a transformational voice that echoes above the noise. It only takes a drop to start a ripple of change.
Hello, Cebu. Sophie Grenmo. Maayong hapon.
Maayong hapon.
kanimo. All right. Would you like to say something in Bisaya to greet your fellow Cebuanas?
Mayong hapon, everyone. Kamusta mo diha? Kamusta ka, Miss Maria from Cebu? I hope kamong tanan, you're doing great. Enjoy lang mo tanan sa pagtanaw sa among head-to-head. Thank you.
Thank you. Now, Sophie, on your introduction video, you said that it only takes a drop to start ripples of change. Now, what significant change have you seen and felt over the past 3 years that you can say life has become easier for Filipinos?
I would say the biggest change from the last few years was the change of adjusting after the pandemic. Everyone was figuring out ways to pursue their careers and build up again after the pandemic. All of these businesses shutting down, finally rising again. Our parents finally being able to have an income. And from my observation, one of the changes that these changes that has happened really reminded us Filipinos to be resilient. Reminded us that no matter what setback, we can always find ways to rise again and be here right now. It's been a few years after the last Miss World, and look at us now. We are here again. We're back at it, and that is what shows that how good we Filipinos are, how resilient we are. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Sophie. Definitely, all of you girls here are a testament to how resilient Filipinos are, especially during the pandemic. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Now we get to know more about our candidate from Iloilo City, Ariana Zubel Beron.
Hi, I'm Ariana, your Miss World Philippines, Iloilo City, a multimedia arts student and a superhero in sports. But you know what? There's more to me than just sports. Deep down, I aspire to create a world where everyone gets to shine in their brilliant and special way. And speaking of special, have you ever been to my hometown? Iloilo, the city of gastronomy and love. Aside from experiencing the incredible flavors, I've also been surrounded by so much love and vibrancy in my hometown as I journey on my initiative for children with special needs. So as I continue on my journey as an exceptionally empowered Filipina, I will do everything to make these children's lives filled with the most beautiful colors.
Hello, Miss Iloilo
Hello,
City.
Doc. Good
Ariana?
Ariana. You can call me Ari.
Ari, okay. Hello, Ari. You consider yourself as a sports superhero. So if you had your way, what tangible support would you give for all our Filipino athletes competing in the Paris Olympics?
Actually, I am advocating for learners with special needs. And I have met a lot of para games athletes there. But the common problem is there is a lack of support, insufficient training support for the athletes. And I think I can contribute as an athlete myself by inspiring everyone and opening doors for these athletes who have a lot of future in sports and also in education. And by supporting our co-Filipinos, we can create a more healthy environment for our athletes. And as a Filipino, myself as an advocate for learners with special needs, it is very important to create a safe space for athletes and for children and to support them. Support is a must for them.
Wow, thank you so much, Ari. And now, let's get to know our candidate from Malay Balay, Bukidnon, Dolly Cruz.
I grew up aware of our province's diverse social fabric, which fueled my passion about education and law. I was able to be immersed in the culture of the 7 tribes of Bukidnon. I also witnessed the growth of Balay City from a sleepy town to a vibrant one that offers sports, adventure, cultura, and agri-ecotourism. I firmly believe that education is the greatest equalizer of inequality, and the law is our weapon against abuse. As a teacher, I work with the tribes creating culture-based materials for the children to preserve our culture. As a lawyer, I work with the tribes offering free legal assistance and promoting their rights. The tribes of Bukidnon show the spirit of gagaw or love by our unity amidst our diversity. And it is my greatest mission to return the love through my service so that the marginalized will be seen and the underrepresented will be heard.
I am Dolly Sipalius Cruz from the city in a forest, Balay City, Bukidnon!
Wow, good afternoon.
Maragway nga hapon, ta inyo alan.
Attorney Dolly Cruz.
Yes po,
Yes.
Doc.
Hello,
po, Doc.
attorney. Now, you proudly declared your life mission to help the underrepresented be heard. Do you consider women in the Philippines to be underrepresented as well?
Definitely. Thank you so much for that, Doc. Actually, one of the marginalized sectors of the society is women. We have what we call salus populi est suprema lex. The welfare of the people is the supreme law of the land. And that is why we have laws offered for women, such as the Magna Carta for women, and other laws such as the VOWSI. It is because women, we have struggled through time to protect our rights, even to vote, to be here, to be heard by everyone. As part of the marginalized sectors of the society, it is time that we stand up through the laws that we have, through women, lawyers, and leaders. And that is how we can change how women are and how women can be. Thank you.
Wow, thank you so much, attorney. And you are a very well representation of these women. Thank you so much for what you do.
Thank you so much, Tom.
Now let's get to know the last but not the least candidate from Quezon Province, Maria Andrea Endisho.
My parents told me that life is like a book that one must uncover with great passion and grit. And that's what I did. In every endeavor that I put myself into, I make sure to persevere. Since I was young, I've always been an academic achiever. I was once an athlete, a student leader, a lead majorette, and I proudly finished my bachelor's degree as magna cum laude. I was actually set to be the first doctor in the family, but with one twist of fate, I fell in love with sports and eventually found myself at courtside for UST. Right now, I am working in the pro ranks for the Maharlika Pilipinas Basketball League. I know it's a men-dominated industry, but I've always believed that us women can thrive in any career that we want. I was never the type to put limits to my capabilities. And so on the side, I do hosting, modeling, TV commercials, and many more. My name is Maria Andrea Endisho, proudly hailing from the beautiful but humble Quezon Province. And my heart will always crave more from the world.
Hello, Andrea.
Hello,
Hi,
Doc.
good
It's really
afternoon.
nice to see you again.
Nice to see you. Now, with just one twist of fate, you found yourself in a fulfilling journey of redirection. That is from pursuing medicine to courtside reporting. If the Miss World Philippines crown slips from your grip, where do you see yourself redirecting?
For me, always have plan Bs. In life, we should always have backup plans. So if and only if, and I hope not, Miss World Philippines would slip from my grip, I see myself going back to what my parents wanted me to be, or where my parents wanted me to be, which is the medical industry. But one thing about me is that I have always wanted to be here. There was a story that my mom would usually tell me. Instead of doing my homework after school when I was young, I would watch my sister, who was joining pageants that time. She was doing her own pasarela with her trainer. And then my mom would see me inside my room doing my own little pasarela at the age of 6 or 7. And then they would all laugh at me about it. But then that time I told myself, I wanted to be like my ate. I wanted to be like her. But then my family wanted me to be a doctor. At first, I was the type to just give in to what they want me to be. But then I found my courage. I found who I really want to be. And right now, I am pursuing that endeavor here at the Miss World Philippines. And if ever it slips through my fingers, I will give in probably to the wants or to the likes of my parents. But hopefully, I found myself again giving in to what my heart truly wants.
Thank you so much, Andrea. Now, I wish you nothing but good luck in your or in your perseverance into getting the Miss World Philippines 2024 crown. Now, girls, loosen up already. It's time for the fun questions. All right, now, Miss Benguet, how do you cope from a bad mood?
Oh my God. How do I cope from a bad retail shopping, retail therapy? It always works for me. I feel like sometimes people see that as a bad thing because somehow it kind of is, but for me, it just calms me down, especially in the middle of the night, 3 a.m., and I'm in my feelings, I'm in my moods. I find myself opening online shopping apps on my phone, and then all of a sudden, I have 13 or whatever cart I have, and then I just have to deal with it later. But it's always so effective for some reason, and I think it's just part of girlhood, and honestly, and it's not that I am advocating for fast fashion or things like that, but as long as you do something where you can cope, or maybe you can find healthier option. Right now, I am trying to, if I do my retail therapy, I try as much as possible to invest with locals or small or local businesses, because it's like, to me, I am coping, but at the same time, I'm also helping out my countrymen. So I wish that we do the same as well. Thank you.
Thank you, Miss Benguet. Next time you're in a bad mood, call Miss Baguio so you can buy the ukay-ukay from her. That way, both of you can help the community. Thank you so much, Miss Benguet. Now, Miss Bicol, what lesson can we learn from failing?
Oh, okay. So I grew up to be an achiever. So essentially, failing was never an option for me. It was really hard to understand what I can do from failure because I never really aimed for that. But I had this instance in college. I was an achiever from grade school to high school, and then come college, I failed one class. It's a class that my dad would teach me even at home because my dad's an engineer. I failed a trigonometry class. And it was so painful for me that I had to do it over summer. On the summer over, I was supposed to have my debut. So I never got to have that. Anyway, the essence of that failure was a reminder for me that I can probably do other things. I cannot just be shelled or boxed in being an overachiever. I can actually find somewhere else where I can find my passion into. And that's where I found myself volunteering. So over the summer class, I actually volunteered for a tutoring service for kids. So that's important for me that I find other ways to achieve even despite the failures. And what's important is not how you failed, but how you stood up from that failure. And I may not be an A+ student anymore, but I know that in my heart that I have achieved in other ways as well.
Wow, thank you so much, Isabel. Of course, being here on stage for Miss World Philippines 2024 is also an achievement, and it's more than just good grades. It's actually your heart for volunteering as well. So congratulations for that. Now we have Miss Cebu, Sophie. Sophie, who is your hero?
I love this question. You know why? Because my hero from day one is my dad. He is my Superman. He is my Thor. Because growing up as a papa's girl, I always magneted to my father, and he would always teach me the ways of life. And like for example, right now in Miss World, we would always have these long hours of calls just talking about how to be a good person and how to, give that aura that you are someone that can become a force. And he's such an inspiration for me because he works so hard, but he also has this time to show me that he cares for me and that he wants me to share this love to the world. So I would say my ultimate hero would be my dad. Love you, Papa.
Wow. Thank you so much, Sophie. Now you have your own Superman. Now, very, very hard shoes to fill in probably for your future boyfriend or boyfriend if you have one already. All right, now let's get to know Miss Iloilo City, Ariana or Ari. What makes you a true friend? What makes Ari a true friend?
I show kind and compassion towards others because being kind and compassionate, it will build a sense of trust and sense of worth. One thing I'm always telling my friends is, you don't have to push yourself to open up something to me. If you feel that I am a friend to you and you feel that you can trust me, then you can open up yourself to me without any hesitations because through trust, we can build relationship and friendship that meant the world to me. So I'm very thankful for all my 34 empowered sisters for trusting me, for being a friend, and for making a best relationship that I have ever received. I love you, girls.
Wow, Ari is a friend to all. Wow. Okay, now let's get to know Miss Malay Balay Bukidnon, Dolly. Attorney Dolly.
Yes, dog.
So if you were an actress, not a lawyer, would you be a bida or a contrabida? So would you be the hero or the villain? Oh, this is very interesting.
Yeah, interesting. Well, if I will be an actress, I want to be the bida. Not because I'm bida. I want to be the bida because I want to be the good guy in the story. And I think that in my whole life, I've always been the good guy, and I've always wanted to be a good person. A person who influences lives, a person who changes lives, and a person who helps other people be leaders and women of power. That is why I want to be a bida, because a bida has the power to influence and to change lives. Thank you.
Wow, thank you so much, attorney. I wonder if soon someone will invite you to have a movie or a teleserye, and then you will be a bida of that
Yes.
movie as well.
I hope it's with Sarah G.
With Sarah G. Of course. So si Sarah G na lang po yung kontrabida.
If it's Sarah G, I can be kontrabida.
But definitely in real life, attorney. Yes, attorney has already been a hero for a lot of women that she's already helped. Thank you so
Doc.
much,
Thank
attorney.
you very much, Doc.
Now we have Miss Quezon Province, Andrea. Andrea, when you are feeling sick, what do you need to feel better?
I often get sick. Yes. And whenever I feel sick, I always look for my mom. For the longest time, my mom has always been there. My dad is always out working for our family business, and along with me growing up was my mom. And every time that I feel not myself, even if I'm not sick, I'm always looking for my mom. I believe everyone can relate that whenever we feel not ourselves, whenever we feel not complete, we always ask, nasan si mama? And probably that's the most asked line inside the house, nasan si mama? Because there's a certain feeling that a mother gives to her child. Something comforting, something that a child will really yearn for over and over, even if she reaches 20, 30, 50, or even if her mom is no longer gone, is no longer here or is gone. And to answer your question, just last week, I was sick because of a challenge that was really, that really tested my stamina. Let's just call it sports challenge. And I had a fever. My mom was in the province, and she can't cater to my needs. And I was in my condo all alone. And that's when I realized that without my mom, life is really different. The care of a mom is really different. And when you learn to mature or grow up without your mom, that's when the independence comes in. And now that I am living far away from my mom, I have realized that there are a lot of things that I should not have taken for granted while I was still with her. And I hope that in the coming days, I will make her proud. Not because I won't be needing her help anymore, but because I am able now to stand with my own feet.
Oh, thank you so much. Now, I heard somebody from the audience yell Yakapsul earlier. That's Yakapsul from her mom. Okay? Now, thank you so much, ladies. That's it for today's head-to-head challenge of the Miss World Philippines 2024. It was very lovely getting to know each and every one of you. Now, of course, later on, we will be announcing soon we will be announcing the 5 winners for each batches, and of course there will be 3 wildcards who will be joining these 5 ladies for a final round on Monday, July 8th. Now we will be giving a certificate of recognition for our esteemed judges that had the best seats for today, but of course a very, very difficult task of choosing the 5 winners or the top scorers for today's head-to-head challenge. Now, a round of applause for everybody.